My name is Larry Tullio from Cape, Michigan. What brought me to McLaren Oakland was a dirt bike accident. I took a little ride. It was only supposed to be 5 minutes to check out a trail that we'd traveled for 17 years. Ended up hitting a ditch that wasn't there the year before. First thing I tried to do, I knew I couldn't move. I had a hard time moving. I wanted to get to my cell phone. My hand was down here. I tried to put my hand in my pocket. My hand went above my head and went like that. It took me over an hour to get my hand into my pocket to find out I didn't have my cell phone with me. I laid there for about 9 hours, from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 9 o'clock at night. You know, I had no doubt my family would find me. We're that close. Like I said, I didn't tell anyone where I went. I didn't leave a note, didn't take my keys with me. Everything was on the table. Wife was working, kids were at school. 9 o'clock came. The only thing I was worried about was the snapping turtles. They're usually about that big by my house. And the coyotes. It was about, like I said, just as it was getting dark, my son found me. I told him both my wrists were broken. My collarbone was broken. My hip, my knee, both my ankles. The pain was unbearable, but my neck and my back, nothing at all. You know, and they still put me in the C-collar, took all the precautions, and went for an ambulance ride. I was headed for actually rehab in the basement or in home patient, and my surgeon, Dr. Moses, he said, no way. He says, I don't have a place yet. He goes, but I will find you one. That's how I ended up at McLaren Oakland and Mary Free Bed, and you know, I couldn't ask for a better place. I remember my first night at Mary Free Bed. I was laying there, and we weren't there maybe 5 minutes. And I told my wife, I says, do you hear that down there? Do you hear all those people laughing and joking around? She says, do you want me to shut the door? And I said, no. I says, listen to them. They're having a great time. They're friends. Employees don't talk like that. I said, we're in a great place. I said, these people are all friends. I said, well, this is where it's going to happen. And it did. I really believe. Now, my surgeon's jaw dropped just like yours when I walked into his office. He expected me on a ventilator, no less than in a chair. They say it's my positive attitude and my willpower. I say it's Dr. Moses and Mary Free Bed. Take your pick. I really don't think without Mary Free Bed I would be walking. I know I wouldn't be. The therapists there don't give up. Nobody gives up. I guess if I have anything to say about the doctors here and the hospital, they weren't like family, they are family. Still today, I mean, I feel that connection. If I were to describe McLaren Oakland in 2 words, it would be God sent.